Hello guys, the first part of this video will be for the water signs Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And in the reading we have Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius. This could be Libra, Taurus, the other woman, a small business owner, whatever, and Aquarius, okay? So general energy that I'm getting when I'm looking at this is basically we have several people, not just one or two, several people that happen to know what's going on in a particular situation. So, you are holding back, not expressing yourself, or not letting go of something here. You could be holding back communication even, maybe plotting and scheming and that kind of thing, trying to keep a choice stuck. Or because you're holding on and holding back regarding a choice, you're feeling stuck. It could go either way, okay? But you're putting yourself in limbo. It's like mental gymnastics here. And the mental gymnastics are because either you were trying to keep your emotional composure or you had a guilty conscience. But as I'm reading this and looking over the energies, basically you and some other people here are keeping a situation stuck because you all have a guilty conscience, all of you, right? So there's a tower moment regarding an ending final decision that a lot of people are not wanting to be honest about. It's kind of like, well, let me read the last line and then I'll go on to it. So you're emotional about a situation, trying to balance out the emotions. For some, there could be LGBTQ involved. That's not going to be everybody. But you're being creative about the situation because you were deceived into being hopeful, right? You were deceived into being hopeful of a tower moment to end all this mess. Well, here's the deal, okay? The deal is this. So everybody in the situation, right, has a guilty conscience about something that they have done wrong. So they're keeping it stuck. But the thing is, how do I explain this? It's almost like they're torturing you because you did something wrong, even though they did something wrong too. They're not happy, you're not happy, but everybody wants to keep the situation stuck so they can't, or people can't see that they were hopeful about this tower moment, this ending. It's a matter of pride. It's kind of like, say that I lent you $100 and told you you didn't have to pay it back till Thursday, but I told you to give it back on Tuesday later, right? And you're like, I don't have the money for that. And so I lose my temper, right? It's kind of like that. They're like mad that you didn't do things in the way that they wanted. It's not that they didn't want a situation to happen a certain way. It's that you didn't do it in the way that they wanted you to do it. But because you didn't do it in the way that they wanted you to, now they did some really shady stuff. Also, as a matter of principle, if that makes sense. But now that things are blowing up, they don't want to admit to their part of the underhanded tactics that were used in order to keep the situation from moving forward, for whatever that means. And again, this could be you. You were the one doing this. So for instance, say that your spouse cheated on you. You wanted to let them go anyway, but you're holding on to them so that this other person that they cheated with can't have them, even though you don't want them. That's a good example. Or, I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with any kind of ideas I can. But basically what we have, like I said, is a bunch of people holding back, being stubborn, because, there was hope here for a breakthrough. And so you've got a lot of people trying to prevent that. Now, I'm also going to say there could be a Sagittarius involved who has a very guilty conscience for creatively making sure that a Libra, a mother, the other woman, a small business owner, was deceived into being hopeful. And this is something that's not necessarily out there that you would know. This also could be a Scorpio who did this, deceived a mother alongside with a Sagittarius, or just a Sagittarius, deceived this person into being hopeful. It's so many different things it could be. But regardless, no matter what's going on, the way that I see it is you're holding back, like you and these other people are all holding back because you all have a guilty conscience. Maybe thinking people should have taken responsibility for things that they did not. There are unspoken rules in society that, for instance, if your mother is going through a hard time, you must, batten down the hatches and pull her in, even if she abused you. It's that kind of stuff. Or something like that. But whatever, I'm going to just say, don't get roped into this. Don't get roped into this. Let it go. All parties, let it go. I'm just giving you advice. And I say this from the bottom of my heart, that the stronger that you hold on to this, the more suffering you're going to go through. Okay? But also, if you take your hands off the wheel and you're not the one keeping things stuck, it's going to bring attention to the person who is keeping it stuck and their motives for keeping it stuck. So if they're holding on for superficial reasons, okay, either they get caught or they're stuck in a situation that they didn't want anyway. So just let go. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't hold on. Don't feel stuck. Don't let your emotions get carried away. Yes, I know you were hopeful, but, this isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Yeah. And I can't tell exactly which sign is doing which, but no matter what this is, principle or no principle, you're keeping yourself in mental gymnastics, trying to prevent things from flowing naturally. There also could be an Aquarian who has a guilty conscience about trying to keep a final decision stuck for a Scorpio and or a Pisces. Okay? So many different things, but the overall energy is let go. Let go of control. Stop trying. This situation it's a lost cause. Maybe at some point that could change, but I wouldn't hold on to that because there's way too many egos involved here. Let it go. Bye, guys. And I'm going to go on to, I think I'll go on to the air signs. So for the air signs, that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have Aquarius in here and Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini. These signs may mean something, they may not. Some of you are afraid to make a choice here. It could also be that you have several options available to you, but you're feeling overwhelmed here, feeling like you need to put down the burdens of a situation. You are left out in the cold. and you're disappointed about ending a cycle. You were hopeful about a deception, so you were creative, and now you're trying to balance out your emotions about a choice. You're feeling stuck because of manipulation. You were hopeful to deceive. So whatever that means, from what I'm seeing here, there could be a Sagittarius who ended a choice, or it could be an Aquarian that did this because they were afraid to make a choice and they were hopeful. This Aquarian could be feeling stuck because a Pisces was overwhelmed and was deceived and manipulated. So Gemini was left out in the cold, and a Libra mother, the other woman, a Taurus, something like that, could be disappointed or could have missed an opportunity. This is not going to be for everybody. I'm just giving you some possibles here. It also could be there's an Aquarian who was hopeful to deceive their mother, the other woman, Libra, Taurus, small business owner, either way. So what I'm seeing here is there is a Sagittarius for some that made a choice to keep a Pisces stuck because she was, or he was, manipulated by a Gemini and or an Aquarian who was hopeful to deceive, whatever that means. So basically, your reading is very much like the water sign reading. I can say in this one, there are no real face cards, so this could just be about you, but for some of you, there could be a mother involved, okay? This Libra mother, other woman, Taurus, small business owner, could be the person who is emotional about a choice. They're feeling stuck and manipulated. But, on the flip side of this person was hopeful about a deception too. So again, like I said, very much like the water signs, this is a bunch of people stuck in their ego, not making choices, not making any headway, because everybody was hopeful to deceive someone else, right? Yeah. Whatever that means, I'm not going to keep going over and over this whole thing, but there's a need for healing in this situation. There also could be an Aquarian who was deceived, just going to put that out there, or an Aquarian who's pretending, okay? All right, guys. So I'm going to go on to the earth signs next. So this portion is for the earth signs. This is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. In the reading, we have Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo. These signs may be relevant, they may not be. So there's some sort of emotionally fulfilling new beginning here, and you were hopeful of a victory. You were resourceful and paranoid. There was a tower moment because the truth came out. Now you're in a mental prison about a leap of faith to offer a will, inheritance, settlement, family assets, or something like that. And now you're walking on eggshells about this. So something came out for the earth signs. Whether you have been publicly caught or not, there's something here where the truth came out, and you know, right? So there's some type of new beginning you're being resourceful about. You took some sort of leap of faith here, and now you're walking on eggshells regarding this tower moment that has to do with a new beginning and or the truth coming out. For some of you, you offered somebody money in exchange for a new beginning. That's just going to be for some. Yeah, there's a lot of unscrupulous people involved in this particular situation. Again, I've called off the signs. They may be relevant, they may not be. But I kind of feel as if some of the people that were involved that may have even gotten benefits from this situation are also being very resourceful because they were hopeful of a victory in some sense of the word. For some of you, there could be an Aquarian who offered or was offered a will, inheritance, or settlement, either to walk on eggshells or that's why they're walking on eggshells. Wow, that's a mess right there. There could be text messages flying, emails, that kind of thing. There's some kind of healing that needs to go on here. So I'm going to read it in the diagonal. This may be relevant for you, it may not be. There's some sort of leap of faith that was taken that you're paranoid about. There was an offer of a new beginning and a tower moment to a will, inheritance, or settlement because you were hopeful of a new beginning or that the truth would come out. But now you're walking on eggshells about that victory in a mental prison because of the way you went about it was quite resourceful, okay? It could be any of that. So that is the reading for the earth signs. And now I'm going to go on to the fire signs. So this portion is actually for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We have Gemini, we have Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Gemini again, and Capricorn. So what do I see here? I see somebody who is stuck in the past, either charging forward or being a fast talker. And I'm getting more of the vibes of being a fast talker. Talking in word salad, in circles, that kind of stuff. Again, remember, this can be you or somebody you're dealing with, but you're being a fast talker. You're disappointed. For some of you, there could have been a missed opportunity, something like that. But you took a risk to hide that you were waiting on your ships to come in from a deceitful victory. Now, there's some sort of an apology here about a commitment choice, but there was a choice to be resourceful about that apology in order to get a deceitful victory. For some of you, this could be a Gemini and or a Taurus. Actually, the way it looks is there's a Gemini that's in a hidden commitment. And so Capricorn either got a deceitful victory or Capricorn was deceived about a victory. Either way, it does look like there is an Aries who made an apology that was hidden, and that's how somebody got a deceitful victory in some cases. Okay, so what else do I see? There also could be a Cancerian who apologized about a commitment choice. And so this Gemini is being resourceful because of Capricorns being deceived or getting a deceitful victory. It could go any way. Point is, again, we have too many people involved, and basically what's happening here is there was an injustice. And the fire signs are very aware of this injustice. But it's kind of like, I don't like the way you're doing things, so I'm going to get my way in a not so fair way as well. I kind of feel of an energy of two people patting each other's back, so to speak. It could be more than two, could even be three or more, but this is people knowing that there is an injustice, but covering each other's tracks. But I will tell you that if there is any type of investigation into this situation, it will be caught because somebody took a risk to apologize and it was hidden. That's definitely coming up here. And I'd been wondering what that was about. I kept seeing this hidden apology or something like that, and now I'm starting to understand it a lot better. All right, so for some of you, there could be a Gemini who's disappointed, an Aries who's hiding that they're waiting on their ships to come in from a deceitful victory. So in order to cover Aries tracks, the Cancerian apologized about a commitment choice so that Gemini would be resourceful and Capricorn could get a deceitful victory. Just different possibilities here. Either way, no matter how you spin it, all parties involved in one shape or form knows that there's an injustice going on, but are enabling themselves and others. Some of you are even trying to pretend as if you were deceived about a choice and that you were disappointed about a victory. But whatever this is, you're lying. I mean, just straight up, you're lying. You're being resourceful here. You took a risk to keep an apology hidden, no matter how you spin it. So, because there's so many people involved, there is the possibility that this all happened, but maybe how do I explain this? Like everybody involved is stuck in this situation because nobody will admit to fault again. But I also feel like somebody in this situation who was helping the others who were also involved in this scam may have gotten caught here. Or they may be on the verge of getting caught. And so you may be freaking out a little bit because if that person gets caught, then you're implicated next. Okay? So just be mindful of that. The best energy for everybody out there is just let it go. Let it go. I honestly think everybody needs to just explain their part, let it be over with, rip the Band-Aid off. But at the very least, let go. Stop trying to hold on to something that was not meant to be. All right, guys. Bye.